Hello, I'm Greg Rutke of Rutke Mods, and welcome to episode 15 of season 3 of my PowerPC series in glorious 4K. And I'm on dog watch. Say hi, Starla. Hi! And then Zena's down here. I don't know how to get her in the camera. She's 80 pounds now. Let me let you down. Anyway, so in today's episode we'll be talking about these two systems right here. I've been promising this for about a year now and never got around to it. And get away from that, come on. Sorry. I'm finally getting around to it right now. Today's episode we're going to be introducing you to my Sawtooth here that Michael Stanhope gave me, which was custom upgraded by Operator Head Gap Systems in around 2003, according to the owner. Zena, get away from that. Go, shoot, 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 shoot. Come on, girl, back up. So, yeah, this thing's been upgraded. But in today's episode, we're going to be putting this case from this blue and white PowerMac G3, which is now empty except for the power supply and a few hard drives I haven't taken out. We're going to be putting all this case onto this and make a G4 blue and white, which is going to be really awesome. But before we do that, I want to introduce you to this, show it off, and what it looked like. I have upgraded it some since Michael gave it to me, so it's not exactly how it was when it came from Operator Head Gap in 2003, upgraded. It's better now. But we're going to be putting this case onto this. Originally I was going to just move these internals into this case, but the I/O shields won't match up. And there's a few other things, like if I want airport, there's no antennas on this case because these didn't come with airport, and a few other things. But the case itself is easily swapped over. We'll also be moving the optical drive tray and the logic board tray here over to this case so the stickers still match. The only problem will be the I/O shield will still not be the right color as compared to this one because you can't switch them out. Originally, you could switch them out on these for some weird reason, but after the blue and white, I don't think the Yikes had this option. But all the graphites, these are not swappable. These are built into the case now. So originally, you could just unscrew this and the I/O shield would pop off. You can't do that now. So that's going to be the only drawback of converting the case because I can't convert the I/O shield. But other than that, it's going to be a G4 blue and white. The only other problem here we will have is it won't say G3 on here because this is like a vinyl sticker that if you try to peel it off, you'll damage it. And eventually I'll have someone custom make a G4 sticker to put on this one. But currently I don't have one. And lining it up on the case and stuff is going to be really annoying. So I'm sorry if I sound a little out of breath. I've been chasing them around here for the last like 10 minutes, and there'll be some bloopers for that probably. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to show you what this looks like currently, and then we're going to convert it over to the blue and white case and just show it off to you guys, maybe show how it runs a little bit, and take it from there. So let's go. Okay guys, so since I don't have a new angle camera mount thing for my tripod, this right here, we're just going to freehand this. So sorry for any shakiness. This won't be like this forever. But anyway, here is the Sawtooth right here that Michael Stanhope gave me. Thanks, Mike. If you hear thunder or growling or anything like door scratching. The dog's right behind that door, so sorry about that. But here's the system. This originally started out as a 400 megahertz single G4. Of course, all Sawtooths came as single G4s. And then the gigabit Ethernet came out as a dual. But this is what everything is. And we'll go over everything really quick. And basically everything in here is totally different from when it came from operator head gap. But this was an operator head gap upgraded system. So, yeah. Pretty neat history thing there. But this is what the system looks like. It just, sorry for the squeaky table. But it's just a normal little Power Mac G4 here, a graphite, and compared to this case, it's very dark gunmetal blue compared to bright blueberry here. Yeah, so that's really the only difference. The blueberry here has the blue and white has later handles on it, which I think will look cooler. These are from a Quicksilver or a MDD, and they look really good on the case, so we're going to be using those. The original ones, I got this thing as a part-out system. It had all the handles broken on it but one, and I parted it out, and the logic board went into my blue and white, which I did a video on. You can see right up here if you want to check that out, where I flashed it to support G4s again. But yeah, that was this system. This is actually, it started out as a server G3 here, but it's not one now. It's just gutted. The power supply still works. All the parts still work in it. All these SCSI drives still work. I'll be using these drives in other systems. But right now, let's go into this system and take a look at it. That squeaking scorpion really bad, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh well. Anyway, so if we open it up here, this was an operator head gap systems upgraded. And when Michael gave it to me, it had a single G4 1 gigahertz Sonnet in it. And now it has a single G4 1.4 gigahertz Sonnet in it, which I got in the video where I got the upgraded Quicksilver. I forget which one that was. It was a few episodes ago in this season. The dual 1.8 Quicksilver. This came with that system. And I put it in here, so it's now a single 1.4 instead of a 400, which means it's got a gigahertz more speed in it than it did from the factory. And basically what Operator Head Gap did is they refurbished it, cleaned it up, put a faster CPU in it, and shipped it out. It had an ATI Rage when I first got it, and now it has a Radeon 9000. And this is a gigabit Ethernet card from a G4 Xserve. And this right here is a Belkin USB 2.0 card with Bluetooth dongle. And then we've got two, I think these are 120 gig hard drives. Both of them, I'm not really sure. I think they're in RAID 1. It's been a long time since I've actually booted the system up. Actually, I don't remember exactly what are on these drives. It's been about a year since I've turned this on. It's going to be a surprise to me when I turn it on with you guys. So, yeah. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to be taking the board out temporarily, pulling this tray out and putting this tray in. This tray is actually from a G4, which I converted to a blue and white sticker and stuff. Back when I needed a new tray for my blue and white. The only difference between a blue and white tray and a G4 tray is this cutout right here, which is for the, I think, North Bridge on the back of the board of the G4s. but this will complete the blue and white look. So we're going to put that in instead of this one, and we're going to save this one for another project in the future. And we'll be swapping out the optical drive trays here, and that's about it. It really needs a little cleaning, but it's not a huge deal. And I won't have to do a whole lot to swap everything over, as you'll see in the video. But first, let's tear this down, get all the plastics free, and then we'll tear this down and swap everything around. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start by tearing down the PowerMac G3 blue and white case right here. We're going to take a quick look at it and point out a few things. It's not in the greatest shape, and the Apple logos need buffed out from moving because they got moved around and scratched up. It's also pretty darn dirty. It's going to be cleaned up before we actually put this on the graphite, so you can see here. But it's a nice case. Okay, so we're going to open it up and start pulling things out of it, including the speaker right here, and you know, the drive cage and stuff like that. So let's start up the time lapse. And get out from under there. Hey, out, 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 out. Thank you. It's not the way you're supposed to pull it off, but these darn clips won't come off, and the screws will hold it in anyway. But don't do that if you're restoring one of these. Wow. That pad's not super dry rotted. Okay, yeah, it is. Never mind. Yep. It works. It broke a few tabs, but it should still go back together. Plastic on these things are getting really brittle. But I believe I've gotten all the blue and white specific pieces out. As we can see here, it is totally stripped and ready for the other parts, which are over here, to go into the graphite, which I need to strip down also. I won't do that one on camera. It's literally the same process. But yeah, it's all the blue and white parts you need. I'm going to wash these up, and then we'll continue on. I thought about it, and I thought, hey, time-lapse teardowns are good for the soul, so why not just tear this one down on camera too? It's basically the same process though, so it's not super exciting, but it will still get some material out there for you guys. So let's get going. Forgot to mention this has Airport Extreme compatible Wi-Fi in it too. I don't know if that's actually on camera, but I hope it is. Ugh. Now it's just all the matter of putting everything back on. Oops! Front plate. Now before we continue on, there's still a glue patch here. I didn't realize I don't have any soap over here, so I ran everything with water and tried it off with toilet paper. Clean toilet paper, but still. So I can't get this glue off right now. I'll do that later when I actually really show this machine off. But let's continue on. There we go. Now I just need to convert the optical drive pages over, and we'll install that and look at the finished product. So let's go. Okay, so we've converted this over to the blue and white one, and we can now slide it in. All right, I just got to put the cards in. And there we have it, guys. A blue and white G4 Sawtooth. I'll disconnect the camera. We'll do a quick tour of it. We'll hook it up real quick, see what it can do. We'll just boot in, show you a few things really quick, and wrap up the video. There's not a whole lot to show you guys. I still need to clean it some more, but I think it's going to be a really neat system. So let's get to it. All right, we're back on shaky cam here. Here's the finished product. It's neat to see that vent right there. It really shows up there. It's really cool. It's going to get really nasty though. Oh well. It's the only thing that gives this away that this is not right is it's got a graphite sticker here. And it still says Power Mac G4 right here. And it also has an ADC card in it, which this computer doesn't support ADC. So if you want to use this port, you need an ADC to DVI. This was before ADC by about a year. So yeah, this card will work, but the ADC port doesn't work unless you have the ADC to DVI pass-through cable. But we've got DVI, so that's all we need. Then we've got the Wi-Fi card here, the gigabit Ethernet here, and I said that this was a Belkin 2.0. This is actually an Ultra 6-port USB 2.0 card, which was Mac compatible, and Michael Stanhope also gave me. So that's neat. It's actually got 6 ports on it, which I can show you right there. There's an extra port right there, which is pretty neat. Okay, so we'll spin this around. Here's the insides. From the inside, from the untrained eye, this looks stock. Of course it isn't. But from the untrained eye, it does definitely look stock. And, hey, I think this is pretty neat. It is still a little dusty. It does need cleaned more. But it is indeed nice and ready. If you watched the time lapse when I was trying to put this handle on, the antennas are pressing really hard on this handle. I may have actually broken the antennas. I don't know. It's not a huge loss because I use wireless G also. But apparently the later model handles don't fit with these antennas. But I did manage to cram it on there and it fits. So we'll see if the antennas become a problem or not. But here's the system. It's all ready. It's all ready to be plugged in and powered up. So I will go get a monitor and keyboard. We'll plug it in and power it up really quick and then wrap up the video. Okay, so we've got it hooked up with a bunch of what Crazy Ken would call conversion technologies. And if we go through here, you can see everything hooked up here. We've got everything plugged into a ADC to DVI adapter, plugged straight into the monitor's DVI LCD and the video card's DVI port. And then there's the USB. Then it all feeds down into the ADC, custom ADC cinema display, studio display here. And it's plugged into here. And then if we go over here, we have Cube USB powered speakers here, and a Pro keyboard and a Pro mouse, and it's all ready to start up. So let's do that. Okay, let's see if the power button still works. That's a good sign. It sounds like when the fans are buzzing. I'll have to look at that. See if the monitor comes on. The monitor isn't coming on because I just realized I never plugged it in. Oops. Okay, let's try this again. Button sticks a little bit. Okay. When the flashing mode, the front panel is apparently stuck. 1 second. Okay. A lot of G3s had buttons that stuck. They fixed that on the graphites, and a lot later G3s, I think, didn't really have a problem. This faceplate's one of the old ones, apparently. So let's try again. Lightly touch. And it's still stuck. There it goes. Smack it around a little bit. Is the LCD going to come on? The LCD is not coming on. Okay, I'm going to try a different adapter. Okay, the connector on the adapter was apparently dirty or just not connected in properly. So we'll try this power up one more time. There it goes. There's the monitor. While this is going on, I'll pick you guys up and take this tripod off, which might take a minute. It really sticks onto this thing. If it ever comes off, come on. Well, that worked. Pick that up. There we go. Okay. So we are booted up in the blue and white PowerMac Sawtooth G4. Put this handle on here so I can hold the camera. There we go. See if the sound works. Sounds like the internal speaker. Sound. Output. USB. That's better. We got USB Pro speakers. They're cube speakers, but these are actually Pro speaker drivers. So we've got USB Pro speakers, so it's like a digital audio now. And we also have an ADC display, so it's like a gigabit Ethernet or digital audio or Quicksilver, or, you know, but still. We got all this stuff thanks to Conversion Technologies. Thank you, Ken, for Conversion Technologies. I'm kidding, but yeah. So Conversion Technologies, awesome. So we've got the thing running. We'll quickly just go over the specs. And in a later video, I'll actually go more over this. It's got a 1.4 gigahertz PowerPC G4 Sonnet with 2 megs of L3 cache. And I've already named it Incognito B&W. And it's really a really neat little system here with a lot of little neat things here. It's got airport and all that stuff, which I didn't turn the airport on. It's got the right time and date on it. That is the current time and date. And it's all set up. And it's a blue and white Sawtooth, which is really neat. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You know, I am really glad that I've been able to make it for you guys. I know it's been a year since I promised to do a conversion like this, but I thought today was just as good a day as any day to do it, so I did it. And now we have a Sawtooth powered blue and white, which is really awesome. I have a lot of plans for this, and this is like a lot faster than even if you got an aftermarket G4 ZIF card for this, because I think the max they went was 1 gigahertz. This is 1.4, plus this has a faster, I think it has no, it's the same bus speed, I think, but it's just altogether faster, and it can take more RAM and a whole lot of other things. Plus it has built-in Wi-Fi, plus the, you know, AGP graphics, all that stuff. Makes it a lot better hardware-wise. It's not a G3, but since there's no G3 logo on it, it's not pretending to be one either. This is straight up a G4 in a blue and white case, and I really like it. I think it came out really nicely. You can see where the antennas are pushing against the handles, but I'm sure they still work. I didn't see them break or hear anything crack. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Lots of time lapsing. I hope you enjoyed it in 4K. I don't know if I'm going to do this very often. This is probably going to kill my Mac Pro in the process, but we'll see. I still haven't finished converting that darn thing over to a full 5,1 with 12 cores, but I'll be getting to that soon. And I hope you liked today's video, guys. Don't forget that I am now sponsored by SellYourMac.com. So if you go to SellYourMac.com/RutKMods right here and sell something, it will help me out and it will also help you out because you'll be making money. And also don't forget that I do now have a Patreon if you'd like to support me. I'll have a link in the description and also at the end of the video. And this has been a RutKMods video. Thank you. Come love me. Come love me. Watch out for the camera.
Does she have something in her mouth?
No. Come. Come on. Sarah, come on. Come on. Come to daddy. Ah. Gotcha. Am I in the center of the shot? So you're not away from that. Not too tired to film.
I think you're recording now.
I am. This dog spit on top of it. How the hell that? Zena, how'd you get up there? Hello, I'm Gregory. Yes, Zena? Hello, I'm Greg Redke. There's one for the blooper reel right there. All right. Ready? Look at the camera. Hello, I'm Greg Redke of RutKMods, and welcome to episode, I forget what episode it was again. It's 15, right? I think I said 15. I hope it's 15. Is it 15?
Hang on.
PowerPC series season 3. That's why I have camera guys.
Internet's not working.
It's blue.
Playlists.
Yeah, you don't like her being taller than you, do you? I think she likes being taller than you.
PowerPC series season 3.
Uh-huh.
This is episode 14.
Okay, so this is at 15. Okay. Oh, sorry, Spirit. Come on. You ready?
No, I mean your last episode was episode 13.
Oh, this is 14?
This is 14. Yeah.
I think I introduced the last one. It's 14.
No, this one's 14, my friend.
I could be wrong. Can you watch the beginning of the last one and see if I said 13 or 14? Because that's bugging me now. Oh, look, an ad.
For TikTok.
Hello, I'm Greg Redke of RutKMods, and welcome to episode 13 of season 3 of
I did say
our
13.
series. Today's episode, I'll be showing you how to...
No. Something's wrong there because it's not the beginning of episode 14. This is episode 15. Something's wrong with the playlist.
What? Let me show you.
Because episode 14 is the iMac unboxing.
What I'm going by is just what it says in your graphic. The last one is 13.
Yeah, so this is episode 14. Something's wrong here. I guess I never put it in that season. What season did I put it into? It could be a problem.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we're on 15. I gotta fix that when I get home.
Okay.
All right. Ah! Hi. Okay, so we're going to start by tearing down that's not iMac G3.